In a moment, the late news here in London tonight. You're watching Carlton, part of the ITV network.
There now follows a Queen's Speech broadcast by the Labour Party.
Good evening. Today, the day of the Queen's Speech, halfway through this Parliament, is a good time to take stock. I get an average of 50,000 letters a week. I try to read as many as I can, the good, the bad, the personal. Many letters come from people impatient for faster change. There is nobody more impatient than me. Just 2.5 years in government, after 2 decades out of power, there's a lot done, but a lot more to do. Our first big task was to put the economy back on track. That took tough decisions on spending, borrowing, independence for the Bank of England. But we are now seeing the fruits. Low inflation, the nation's finances sorted, no more Tory boom and bust. We made education our #1 priority. And now with extra investment going in, standards and results are beginning to rise. For 11-year-olds, the best ever results in reading and maths. That's good news. Class sizes falling for 5, 6 and 7-year-olds. 7,000 school buildings modernised. But of course, it's not enough. Standards must improve for all age levels. Teachers have to be paid more. More buildings and facilities have to be modernised. The New Deal has halved youth unemployment. There are now 700,000 more jobs in Britain than 2 years ago. But again, still too many people are out of work, too many children growing up in poverty. The National Health Service is not nearly as bad as some of its critics say, but it's not nearly as good as it has to be. So all casualty departments are now being refurbished. Thousands more doctors and nurses are now in training. 90 new hospitals are being built. Waiting lists for inpatients are down. There's the National Health Service Direct, the new 24-hour nursing helpline. But we still need more nurses and doctors. It takes far too long to see a specialist. Patients cannot depend on the same standards of care wherever they live. Some wards are desperately run down. So you can see in some areas real improvements. Our job is to improve the National Health Service everywhere. There are other changes too. The first minimum wage, child benefit up 20%, the Working Families Tax Credit boosting family income, every pensioner household now getting an extra £100 as a winter allowance, and all those over 75 next year will get free TV licences. And never forget, the Conservative Party have opposed all these changes and would reverse every single one of them. So I know there is much more to be done. That's why today we're putting forward further plans to improve things like education and social services, transport, tackle drug-related crime, provide decent pensions for the future for all. It won't be easy, and it all takes time. It will need more tough decisions. Some will be controversial, like our welfare bill, but our aim there is straightforward: getting abuse out of the system and providing more help for those genuinely in need. Enterprise and fairness together. That is what New Labour is all about. So keep the letters and faxes coming. We are listening and we are learning, and we won't let you down.
To join us or to renew your membership, call us on 08705 900 200.
That was a Queen's Speech broadcast by the Labour Party.
Now on Carlton London Tonight with Katie Haswell.